just for you and I. It's alright, there's no doubt. It's all gonna work out.
I met Marc probably 10 years ago at a trade show. In the winter, when he was not guiding in Alaska, he was working booths for Yeti at trade shows, and we've been talking for years, and we had a high water year this year, and Marc hit me up and was like, hey, it's floating season. We wade here a lot, but the river's high. I can't cross the river on foot. Let's go float it, and it was a fantastic idea.
My name's Marc Weston. I own Dreamcatcher Outdoors in southwest Wyoming and northern Utah. We have exclusive private access to a lot of ranches on some nice streams with wild fish, and mostly we fish dry flies when possible. You know, these wild fish, we don't fish them too much, so we usually give them a couple of days rest. We don't have a ton of fish per mile, but they are big and they're pretty cooperative to eat dry flies for us. We don't have to get too dirty with them very often, so they're usually pretty cooperative.
It was really cool, and I'm glad we were floating, because I did cross the river one place and was like, hey guys, you got to pick me up in the boat. I can't cross back. Yeah, it was great. You know, the fish were eager. They were on and off. They really turned on in the afternoon, and like Marc was saying, if you're booking a guide trip in the Park City area, it can be kind of combat fishing. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the Provo and the Weber and all that, but it's really nice not seeing anyone all day long. When we were catching fish, the only marks we saw on them were marks from eagle's talons and that type of thing. So they were just absolutely beautiful specimens. It's nothing like catching big cutties.
Yeah, we do the day trips, you know, close enough to Park City and Salt Lake over there to get here easily in the morning and fish a full day. And then we have the overnight camp that we do multiple day trips, and that gives you access to the kind of that evening hatch and coming down. And we got a big geodome with wood burning stove and do all the meals. Pretty nice to just stay down here on the river and not have to head home, just stay here and fish the evening. And I started guiding in 2005 on the Connecticut River. Did that camp out in western Alaska for 9 years. Then I started this in 2017. I don't know, 7 or 8 years now here, and it's been just getting the overnight stuff going, but we've been doing day trips and staying pretty busy out here and catching fish. We've had Luke Bryan stay here, and he fished with his kids. You know, we've had some other guys that were, I guess probably can't mention them, but we've had some big name people come down and fish with us. And you know, I like what we do here. We got where you don't come out and you don't see anyone else, so no one gets bothered, and the fish are not fished to. So you're not catching a bunch of fish with hook marks in their face, and you know, it's all wild fish, so it kind of sells itself, really. I mean, that's pretty hard to find in this world anymore.
So we had a pretty amazing day here. Sorry guys, we're not gonna name where we are, but if you book a trip with Mark, you'll find out. And this is one of the many places that he has private access to. You know, he grew up in the area and he was fortunate to meet these ranchers when he was a kid and help them out, mending fences and that type of thing, and they've returned the favor in the long run. We figured we were gonna be fishing streamers, and that's what we did most of the time. As the water goes down and the water temps come up some, the dry fly fishing's really gonna turn on. We did find out that we kind of missed the salmon fly hatch. We saw a lot of shucks, so we did throw a dry dropper for like a few minutes, and I missed a fish in a real embarrassing way. It literally like ripped a rod out of my hand. It was a giant cutty. So that was pretty cool. But out of the boat, that really, at the higher flows, wasn't the game. So we were fishing streamers with type 6, 10-foot sinking lines, and the sparkle minnow was pretty much the best one. I mean, these fish don't see other flies, so fish something flashy, something that's easy for us to see. And we were fishing some white patterns too, like the articulated goldie, which are both two of my go-tos. We started with one sparkle minnow variation in the beginning, and it was working, and once we switched to a different one, it really turned on, and the second half of the float was most good runs. We were either catching or missing a fish. So thanks again for watching. Once again, if you haven't already, please click subscribe here. We are constantly putting out new videos, and we're excited to share them with you.
I love catching people fish. That's why I guide. I think I love coming out. I think if I was gonna come out here and I had millions of dollars, this is what I'd do every day, is come out here and fish right here. So it's pretty nice to come and bring people and share it with them and watch them catch fish on dry flies.